we are not reinventing the wheel.
No.
Our parents told us when we were young, you can't serve two masters. You can't straddle the fence. You're either gonna be in the life or out the life.
You in or you out. Ain't no half. Ain't no half.
It
Because you can't. It doesn't even allow for it.
makes a lot of us feel uncomfortable because leaving the street is not just a physical thing, but it's a mindset. And if you don't leave that mindset and you still hold on to the what we call street codes. Street code is for street dudes. Street code is not for people who understand that they're squares now. And I have no problem at my age saying I'm a square today. I love it. I love the square life. I love getting up and going to work every day.
Listen,
I'm happy about it.
hey, Q, I love being able to sip on my lemon and ginger with the agave infused beverage right here. Eh, I love being able to sip on shit like this. I love being able to go to the water and sit over there and not worry about having to look to see if somebody catch me slipping
And
while I'm
that's the key word you just said, Chef C.
catch me
You
slipping.
don't worry about that. You don't have them problems. You don't have to duck your head down. You can wear what you want to wear. And I know that, uh, different areas of the country, the color thing is different. But on the East Coast, it's not really a color thing. But you don't have to worry about whether you could take this job because you can't go to this hood.
Mm.
Like that when you are in the street, yes, your awareness, your head is always on a swivel because you know how it is. Eat or be eaten. But when you leave that lifestyle alone, not just from a physical and like the brother just said, Black Larry, a spiritual shift, an emotional shift, you don't worry about that.
Mm.
And what's unfortunate, and to get back to what we were just witnessing, a lot of these brothers is still in the game, still in the street, and they talking.
You niggas talk too much.
You talk too much.
We ain't niggas ain't never sassy, gossipy ass niggas back when I was. Anyway, go ahead, Q.
And it's sad because I remember back in the day, and I'll make Brother Juan laugh, right? I remember back in the day when Whisper 2000 came out. And we was on my little area I used to hang out at. We was on what we call the block, right? There was a bunch of us. It was like 30 of us. But everybody from the community knew each other, right? And I'll never forget, the boys was parked about 300, 400 feet away from us.
Mm.
And they had the Whisper 2000 pointed at us. And, one of the old ladies, as they do, came past their car and she seen them with that microphone.
Mm.
She came up and was like, look, y'all, I don't care if they hear me telling y'all this, but baby, they got that microphone, that Whisper 2000 thing facing y'all. Y'all be careful what y'all be saying on these corners.
That's a fact.
She wasn't condoning what we was doing. She wasn't like, look, like, yeah, I know what y'all. She just said, y'all talking on the corner. Now, this is a neighborhood lady. She knew what we was into. And it just goes to show, like, this was 30 years ago. So now everybody has a camera. Everybody's walking around with surveillance in their pocket. And when I mean surveillance in their pocket is their phone.
Right.
And the, it's no purpose of talking about a war story if you're not going to get some benefit from it.
Let's go here real quick because I mean, brother Juan J. Johnson, believe 27 years in the business, ladies and gentlemen, police enforcement. Okay, that's a different perspective that needs to be had in this conversation. Okay, and I need to ask the brother Juan. I mean, gang culture. I believe you were serving the D.C. area, the DMV area, sir.
Right.
What were some of the things that you saw, and did you have to work? Would you say that you may have had to work harder to find people back in the day, as opposed to what they're doing right now. Give it up to these police officers, brother. What say you?
Yeah, yeah. The snitching is on 1,000 these days. 1,000.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about you. You really ain't got to work too hard now, per se, because they put everything on the internet. They put everything on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, if you listen long enough, you know who the informers are. I believe Wack is an informant.
Mm.
You know,
Okay,
but I
come with
think
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that
This is a real quick, real wolf. So y'all understand, if you're here for the first time, this is a seasoned, retired police officer, 27 years in the business, ladies and gentlemen. So if the man is telling you that he believes Wack is an informant, you don't just let that land on the wall somewhere. Go ahead, brother Wolf. You got the flow, sir.
yeah, normally we how I say this. I'll say this again. This is not normal, but it's necessary to see that so many guys feel the need to tell their stories or tell on everybody else. But I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the more they tell, the more intel you get, and the more we can get rid of it.
Bingo. Come on.
You
Talk
get
to
rid
me.
of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Yeah, I wanted to eradicate it.
um, you know what? I think the genesis or a contributing factor to this whole gang culture is birthed out of the matriarch.
Mm.
Oh, oh,
It's Pat talk.
oh, uh-oh.
Because when you have a male in the house, he gonna check that he gonna check that behavior. Think about it. You got a father in the house. Now we ain't doing no gang culture. We ain't doing no gang. Ain't no initiation. But you got that female in the house running things. Mm, boys will be boys. So let's deal with the genesis of it, or maybe not, or a contributing factor in our community. It comes from the matriarch, not the patriarch.
God damn.
Go back to baby boy.
Mm.
Come on
What was the
now.
father?
Brother Juan coming with gun smoke.
What
Right.
was the father in baby boy? His mother was dating an ex-con.
Easy on a wolf. Wolf. Easy on this Sunday morning breakfast,
I'm
man.
just keeping it 100, bro. We don't want to deal with these. See, that's a feminine spirit you see.
Mm,
If all this snitching and talking, that's what girls do. That's what women do.
mm.
It's a It's mass in masculinity, but it's feminine. Very feminine. Ain't nothing masculine about these guys except for their exterior.
Mm.
When you get beyond the exterior, you're seeing femininity.
Listen,
Keep it about it.
ladies and gentlemen, brother Juan J. Johnson, LWF in the building. God, yeah, easy on a wolf.
No, because
Easy.
I've lived long enough to see who's running these households. When we go inside these households, ain't no males up in there. It's females. It's women with children.
Hold on, Juan. Let me make sure that didn't go over folks' heads. Cause you were smooth when you said when you go up inside of them houses,
Yeah,
it was no males, it
right,
was women in there.
right. It's women. Can we keep it 100?
Shit.
Think about all the dudes you know who came up hard. What was the father? Huh? What a father at? What no fathers? Just a lot of females
Mm.
giving bad instruction to their children.
God damn.
You ain't right. You ain't right, brother Lone Wolf.
Wolf, easy. Hold up. Wolf, hold up.
But you just did. You committed a crime yourself. You ain't right, brother Lone Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf, he wasn't playing this morning. And he wasn't even. This is all off the hip, y'all. Wolf never get prepped. Wolf just come and talk his shit.
Hey, Chef C, he might have been the one brewing that homemade maple syrup I was talking about.
Yeah. That
Dude,
maple syrup.
Look, man.
Go ahead, let him
Think
cook.
about it.
Fuck it, let him cook.
Just think about it. Dudes who can't wait to tell their story. Watch this. I tell Chef often to anybody.
Let him cook.
Really talk. I don't really like to talk.
Let him cook now.
You know, I talk because it's a necessity. But me, I just take the hell up here. Don't say nothing.
Let him
I
cook.
have this urge to talk. So when I see talkers per se in that gang culture, it's a feminine spirit.
I said, let him cook.
All right. Go ahead.
Because as a father in the household, I got son. We ain't doing that. You ain't doing it. We ain't going out there like that. Oh, you make your own way, but don't come back. At least you had a male in the household to give you some instructions. This is either it's the genesis or a contributing factor of the matriarch in the Black community. I mean that.
All right, enough.
All the gang leaders, ask them where your father was at. I'm talking about back in the 60s, 70s, where your father was at. Nowhere around. Mother basement.
Shit. I hope y'all like, sharing, subscribing, y'all. You getting what you need. You're getting a little bit more than what you need. You came and you ordered pancakes. You got French toast stuffed with cream cheese, with the apple cinnamon and the maple butter on there. Y'all getting a lot this morning for this breakfast service. Let me play a little bit more of this clip, though, fairly, to bring some more context. Okay?
Blame women. Blaming no women, immortal Miller. I'm telling you, look, you know what? Until you become the police and see what I've seen, wasn't no males in the community, but on the streets, at the convenience stores, in the parks. What are you saying, Slim? Whoever this immortal melanin is, I don't blame no women. I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm giving you a first-hand account. There were no males in the house, Slim, or ma'am, whoever you are. You blame no women. I'm identifying the problem. You can't you can't solve a problem till you identify it. And most of us are in denial. I'm not beating up on no women. I'm telling you what I seen, man.
Ooh, Bunker TV. Ooh.
Let me read this off Bunker. My son followed his mom's BS, and now I'm intellectually left to bail him out of his feminine delusion. Easy, Bunker. Y'all here with the shit today. Man, listen, and I can understand the multitude of positions when it comes to this. Okay? But again, we got to understand that the single mother household has led the charge for many years in raising these degenerates. They're coming out of that house. Okay? And, unfortunately, a young degenerate becomes an old degenerate.
That part. That part right there.
And that's for the mother or the father.
Let me tell you something, Jeff. Watch this. We know who these murderers out here, these killers out here, and we know who shelter them. The mothers. Their mothers shelter them. That's my baby. Miss me with that, man.
Oh, he hit her with sister. That's my baby shit. That's real though, right there.
That's my
God.
baby. Your baby's a killer. Your baby's a
Wake
murderer.
up! It's my baby, boss.
So
Lying, I'm the father of that baby, boss. Boss,
this gang
I'm that
culture
baby's daddy.
is derived from the matriarch, and I mean that.
Man, let's play some more of this. Oh man. But that when I really sit back and think about it, I mean, we hear about the single parent home all the time being led by the mother. I mean, it's
So
got to
what is
start
that?
from somewhere, right? Go
He
ahead.
he has to find himself. He searches for his identity. I can't raise this boy, so he goes to the streets to be around males that wasn't in the house. Do we not see the connection?
Let's address this here, brother Wolf. You can't play the blame game if you're not fighting for your rights to raise your child. That's
The
just
hell
the
are you
earth.
talking about? You can't play the blame game. Ain't no blame game. We identified the problem so we can fix it. What are you talking about? Ain't no blame game. See, that's the problem. That's one of the challenges in our community. We don't want to accept the truth.
Mm.
We hate the truth. Truth. People who speak the truth get deleted because we can't stand the truth. Miss me with that blame game. I'm
Check
not
this
blaming
out.
nobody. I'm just keeping 100.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know,
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
let's read what Brother Bunker's saying here. My son is a is college educated, but took a major that wouldn't aid his independence, and now he can't find work in his field. I said electrician. She said project manager, cause it makes more money. Now he sees white man gatekeeping the project. Manager position. Cooked. He cooked. He cooked, Bunker. He cooked. And that's a lot of listen, there are some women who can advise, but every woman ain't built for that. Okay? Every woman ain't built for that, and they gotta have a track record of showing improving on their own. Right? And that's really where I come from. For me, honestly, when again, all feelings aside, statistically and realistically, most households are led by women. Okay? And they're raising those children because we hear and see the single mother household. You rarely hear about that single father, right?
Mhm.
But for those who don't understand the statistic, black men being, according to the CDC, and I believe it was also NPR, that black men are the best caretakers.
Yes, we are.
Okay?
It's a vicious and it's a vicious and sad cycle, because on one hand you hear our sisters upset because they keep finding sorry ass men who can't fix a light fixture, who can't mow the lawn, who can't protect to provide or give instruction. But where do they think that shitty ass man came from?
Mm. Hey, they say, check this out. And here's the other one that people sidestep. Behind every good, strong black man is a strong black woman. Well, guess what? The flip side of that coin look like.
Exactly. And we and this is, and I'm glad that this conversation went there a little bit, because this is the reason why we have Pat Talk. This is the core of having these conversations. And sometimes, like I said earlier, you'll hear us discuss women more than men, but make no mistake, we holding men accountable. We're
We
holding
on,
men to, as we would say, let your nuts hang, dude.
yeah.
to have some discipline. One of men's biggest problem, black men in America, is one of our biggest problems is discipline. We know that as men, and we holding each other accountable, and we're going to hold Big U accountable in
That's
this
a good question, brother Immortal.
forecast.
I'll look into that.
Big. I don't know if Big U is coming
Pardon
from a
me,
single
Q.
parent, but one of the pictures that Chef C put up. Chef C, if you don't mind, put the picture back up again of a Big U.
A big U? Okay. Yeah.
And I want everybody to look at this picture and understand this picture right here. This brother was home for 21 years after being in a jail cell. His old lady held it down while he was gone. Y'all know why he's wearing a LA Chargers hat? Last year, his son got drafted to the NFL. Big U broke the algorithm. He survived the bull crap, and still his family was intact to where his son became a professional NFL player, but he continues straddling the fence. This is the bull crap that we have to stop allowing to happen in our communities.
Yeah. And salute to everybody that's checked in 110 plus in the building with us right now. Yeah, y'all in here. You know what? Q, that's a good setup. Let's go ahead and play this. And the Bunker TV, you catch the replay, family. We touched on that Debo. I played the whole thing for that. So when you catch the replay, you'll see that, family. Let me bring this up, y'all. Let's make this.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family. Talk to my sons. I talk to everybody, man. I'm just going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to... I don't even know what to say. Now, 21 years, I've elevated my family. Come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me. I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted.
Wait a minute, nigga. That get me hot right there. It's easy to punch down. Debo. I never liked bullies. That's one thing I did when I was younger. I might have did other shit, but I never messed with people that were smaller than me. I would fuck a bully up. Happily. On a regular. Right? And to now use this to try to go ahead and use the typical trope. It's hard helping black folk. Nigga, you just was the jukes man, Mr. Check-in himself. How that's helping black folks, Mr. Check-in? Sit your silly... Martin, help me out.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
Pack this nigga up. Get him out of here and people like him. Fuck is you talking about? Let me play... let me get back. Pardon me, y'all. I don't like when people do shit like this. Chickens coming home to roost on your weird ass. You can hold that.
for doing it.
It's First Street. It might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate.
What about them other families that you was wilding with? Huh? You laid some people down, allegedly. Right? You stuck some people up, allegedly. You made some people check in, allegedly. Right? They're paying you a tax. They paid you a tax when that money could have went to probably one of their kids' funds to quote unquote check in to a neighborhood you don't entirely own. You may have your name on one deed on that entire block, but niggas gotta check in. This is the dumb shit I talk about here. What say you, Brother Juan J. Johnson? Man, I mean, it annoys me with this mentality. Niggas got nobody else. Steven Spielberg, nobody else got to check in, but black folk. This is stupid shit. Go ahead, Brother Juan.
I really can't. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. Check in. You know, I was just thinking maybe we need to just take a bulldozer, destroy those communities, do some redlining, do some eminent domain, because it's apparent to me it's the neighborhood, it's the streets that's connected them to the gang piece. You got to check in, right?
That bullshit.
If they can do productions of videos in a certain street, you got to check in with the gang. Now you need to just destroy that whole community, bulldozer. If it's going to eradicate the gang culture, because the gang culture is a pariah on our community. They prey on the innocent. There's nothing cute. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing chic. It's nothing good with the gang culture. Okay? It's nothing. Yeah, he a violation. I don't know him personally, but I don't care for the gang culture because I've seen what it does to communities. People living in fear. They can't walk down the street. They can't walk to their cars. They can't even go to church and enjoy a service and come out without looking both ways. When are they going to get robbed? Let's put some humanity on this gang culture and what it has done to our community. It needs to be eradicated. When I say step over carcasses, that's a carcass. And anything attached to it. Okay? Man, I mean, I know of 15 to 20 churches in the block radius, and they're afraid to come out because of the gang culture.
Right, man. What the anyway. Yeah.
Females afraid that their purses will be stolen. And the drugs, and the litter, and the liquor. Okay? All attached to the gang culture. Just disrespectful. They are lauding to themselves.
And you know what?
They fuck the police. Okay. They don't stop.
No. Say that again, Wolf.
Fuck the police. Be the main ones calling. Man, you don't know how many bodies I've held in my hand. You don't know how many bodies I've held in my hands from being shot up in the streets. Tell a little youngin', just breathe. Just breathe. Come on, breathe. It's gonna be okay. Just breathe. He telling me, I can't feel nothing. I can't feel nothing. Okay? Gang culture. Miss me. It needs to be eradicated.
That's right.
Today.
Fact, ladies and gentlemen. Better understand that. Everybody don't rock with this shit. Yeah. Everybody don't rock with it. And you know what? I'm going to say this just so respectfully to the ones that's doing it because they have no other choice. And when you get to a certain age, I'm going to say this. You do have a choice. Okay? But there are at certain age limits, there are no other choices. There's no other way. Up until I'm gonna tell you straight like this, up until C was about 13 years old, I didn't really move too much out of a 6-block radius. You understand? Now, I know I really don't be giving too much of my personal shit on the line, but it becomes that because you are literally a product of your environment. You become that, ladies and gentlemen. And when there's no other alternative that's substantial and sustainable, then that becomes the only thing you know. For the ones that's in the chat, I haven't looked into the chat yet, but for the ones that been through this stuff, y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of cats that was in that didn't do it because they wanted to. They did it because they had to. It's all they knew. And the first opportunity they found or had to get away from that, they got away from it. Mm-hmm. And there was some casualties of you becoming the one to break out. There will be some cats that'll be around you for the cats that know what I'm talking about. Brother Q talked on it and spoke on it earlier. There will be people who would cover you, surround you, show you different ways. Even if, and believe it or not, even if they was the person that just laid somebody down, but they saw prosperity in you because they already made their bed, they will push you away from it. That was the real OGs of the community I come from. Born Sue, salute. B God, salute. K Solo, salute. Kiss, salute. Be Love, salute. Man, this shit getting to me. These cats, they know. They know, man. It's not about, and these cats that stay in it. Now, these cats, this is, after a while, they go one way or the other. In the case of Big U, he may have started out innocent and then say, you know what, this is just the life I choose. I'm going to do that. But now, once you make that choice, my boy, ain't no more remorse or empathy for you. You are a villain. And you need to be looked at and dealt with in that way. So let me play a little bit more of this, man. Brother Q, you got anything to add to this, man?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Let's get into this. Yeah. Let's play some more.
Shit, y'all. Go. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of no fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture and they want to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture, though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm gonna be sitting in here. It's gonna be years on my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over, though. That's what it's not. Blessings. I'm looking at all these charges on the news.
It ain't over though. What you say, Q? Salute to the 120 plus in here, by the way.
One of the things from the experience of an individual that been behind the wall is no matter what situation that you have, no matter how much money you got in your account, no matter how many visits you got, no matter who you is in the cage, make no mistake, being behind a wall isn't a cage. It's a prison within a prison, and it's a city within a city. No matter what you have, no matter what is going on, the one thing that you have is hope. When I sit and I saw this video, Chef C and Brother Juan, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A tear ran down my face because being in that situation, he knows whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 3 years, a day. When you go behind that wall, there is no guarantee that you're going to make it out alive.
That's a fact. That part.
And I know that we're all going to die alone, but people want to die under their terms. And when you go behind that wall, it could be COVID, it could be anything. Because don't think you got A1 medical care behind the wall. Don't think that a joker can't shank you up because you somebody. That can't happen. Anything can happen behind there. It's life. It's a city. It's a culture within a culture. And when I watch the video, I see it in him. I see it. I can look in his eyes and see the internal fight that's going on. He fucked up.
Right.
He know he fucked up. He know, yeah, he was doing all this good. And that's why he brought up the black folks. He feel in his heart he was doing all this good. But he straddled the fence. You put yourself in harm's way. You put yourself to be part of an indictment. And part of the indictment is somebody killed somebody and they took him to Vegas and put him in the desert. Whether he did it or not, if he knew about it, he put himself in the indictment by association, by talking on these phones, by knowing crimes was being committed. Now, let me explain something to y'all. He could have known a crime was being committed. Somebody could have told him they was going to commit a crime. And just by him knowing about it allows them to loop him in a conspiracy. It is broad. Conspiracy, racketeering are broad. Racketeering just mean money exchange, extortion. Now, Big U, we seen the video, and listen, the video speaks for itself. But say if I say, Chef C, yo, meet me at the airport, man. I got to catch a flight out there, right? I'm giving y'all a hypothetical. Me and Chef C go out there, and I just say to Chef C, out of the clear blue sky, yo, I got to go see Big U. Now, Big U is under indictment. He's under wiretaps. I call him, yo, big bruh, I'm here. Look, I'm about to go get these uniforms for the kids. Where you want me to drop them off at? Right there, I'm looped into his stuff. Chef C, he's just traveling with me, unbeknownst to him. He's looped in with this stuff. They don't know if I'm being extorted to do this stuff because he's known for doing it. So everything fall under the umbrella. So to watch this video, to have his family there, he know this could possibly be the last time that they're ever going to see him as a free man.
He know, Q. He know.
He know.
Yeah, he already admitted to it.
This ain't no smart dummy. This is a dummy that was acting smart.
If he's smart, he would not be talking. Everything that he says will be used against him in the court of law. Where your lawyer wouldn't be telling you to do a video.
Tell you to shut the
See,
fuck
I see a
up.
dead man's confession right now. That's what I see. A dead man walk.
His lawyer would have met him at the courthouse and be like, well, I'm gonna bring you in there myself.
But see, that's that power of social media. When you have to put your stuff out there so the people can judge.
Yeah, judged by the public.
You know, I
Public
gotta say
opinion.
something. No, you ain't gotta say nothing. With those charges you got, you ain't gotta say nothing. My lawyer speaks for me.
Plead that fifth.
Okay. But again, the power of social media. I got to get no, you don't have to get your story out. You need to be advised legally. Shut the hell up.
And what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And let's talk about how the federal guidelines work. The federal guidelines work where they have to give you an amount of time, no matter what, and you got to do 85% of the time. So based off of this is a gang situation, and he's not a first offender, he fits under the criteria. This is a death sentence for him. It's a life bid. He knows that, y'all. And I know that you read the news reports where he's facing up to 20 years. He is eligible for enhancers. He does not have Yeah, back in the day, it used to be a thing called aggravating and mitigating factors when it comes to sentencing. But because his stuff is looped in with what he was doing with community, that's all falls under that. So it will be no mitigating factors if he gets sentenced or if he has to cop out. This is a death sentence. He knows it.
Look, I think they said that his DNA was found on the body of his DNA was found in the hands of the person who was killed, meaning the person was able to grab him and try to either push him off or something, but his DNA was in the fingers. And they literally had to order him, Big U, to give his DNA out. Okay. He knows it's a rap. No matter all the good he did, is for naught.
And Brother Juan, I don't know if California is, but when you're a convicted felon, in a lot of these states, your DNA is automatically in the database.
All right, come on.
This was clear cut. The video, like, and I'm laughing from crying. And I know that Ebony said something very interesting. And some people just are allergic to peace.
Come on, Ed.
Some people just are allergic to peace.
And that's why you got to raise up the righteous folks to put down those non-peaceable people.
You ain't reinventing the wheel. You ain't doing nothing foreign. You're always on the radar. Anybody that knows about that box, it's just amazing to me that anybody, why would he ever think that he's not? And I'm not saying that a person can't come home and change their life around and have a redemption story, because it's easy to do. But your head should always be on the swivel and always know who you can be around and who you can't be around, who you could talk to, shake hands, do all this stuff. Affiliation is one of the biggest things that we all learn about.
Right. Hit him with the Rico.
We were taught that as kids. Birds of a feather flock together.
Come on.
Ain't no excuse for this ignorance.
Well, again, when you release, you're a lawyer, and you're giving instructions on who to be around and who not to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knew. He knew.
He knew.
It didn't matter because it was in his system. Yeah. Some people can bounce back, but others are just so attached to that life that, you know what, hey, they don't know how to release themselves from it.
Well, I'll say this, gentlemen. We have reached the 2-hour mark, y'all. 130 plus in the building right now. Listen, I think we touched on this as much as we can, but in order to keep this broadcast going, we need 5 contributions. Okay? To get into that other half. If not, I'll do it maybe later sometime this week. Bernie Sanders and the AOC, quote unquote, fighting the oligarchy. Get that bullshit out of here. Anyhow, to keep it going and going right into that, we're going to take a small intermission, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely appreciate your contributions and support for the program. 5 contributions keeps this program going, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to take a small intermission. Salute to everybody that's checked in with us right now. Salute to y'all.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
You ain't black.
This is a sick Negro.
You ain't black.
You just step in their neck. You just step in their neck. You just step in their necks.
Deion D. Jenkins for president.
You just step in their necks.
I'm about to drop my album. Who needs to go platinum? When you got an NFT, the industry is losing value. And I can tell by the volume. We'll be worth $1 billion in 33. Mona Lisa even said fuck the masses. Even raccoons follow anything that lead to trashes. Backyard brawls. Got you scared, so nigga pack your bras. And try not to slam the back door pause.
You
Ever
ain't
since
black.
I was a little kid, I knew my calling. It was troublesome. I used to walk to school and walking through the streets of the shadow of death. I didn't have any fear.
Man, sit your
Even though
dumb
niggas
ass
would shoot
down.
you through your cashmere. I stood up for my principles and got suspended for fighting by principles and living right like I'm supposed to. Never follow stupid niggas. I was
is
too
a
busy
sick
escaping the
Negro.
system I was told to prove to. There is a sacrifice that everybody pay. Whoever got anointed, it be loneliness sometimes. Yeah. The industry is over. The industry is over. The underground is king now. The industry is over. There's a new MC out here that sizzle like a soda. The industry became real flat like imitation cola. He got that buffalo attack, but he ain't from Dakota. He put that bully on his back, cause chips is on his shoulder. He's like a Timberwolf, but nigga not from Minnesota. You spend $1 million to bluff him like you doing poker. Long live the king. Long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king. Long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king. Long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
You just step in their necks.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It appears that you have had your fill for today, which is great. Okay, so we appreciate y'all. No more contributions, so we are done for today. I want to get my last thoughts from the brothers here, man. Excellent. As far as I'm concerned, it was still a pretty solid broadcast, brother Q. And it was. I think we came with it today. But let them know how they can get a hold of you. Anything you got coming down the pipeline, and your last thoughts here, brother Q.
Just look out for some more content. Hopefully, within the next couple of days. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody always supporting the channel with the likes, with the shares, with the subscriptions, and understand that what we do here with Pat Talk is serious. We ask for more brothers to get involved. Definitely get more brothers to get in the chat to speak on because men move accordingly.
That's right.
And for the sisters that continuously show us support as well, have your sons, have your uncles, have your brothers join into the discussions. We all have our emails up here. If you want us to talk about certain topics, we'll be more than willing to address those topics and give our input on those topics. We're not experts. We're just living the man experience in America. So we know from our own personal experiences what we could bring to the table and try to solve some of the issues that, let's be honest, it's plaguing the black community. And we're not moving forward. We're not moving forward. And sometimes when you take a pivot, sometimes you're just pivoting into a different direction, but you're still not moving.
Right.
So with that, like I said, appreciate all you guys and know that it's a big you in your hood. And when you talk to people that come from that lifestyle, grab them by the hand and tell them, don't straddle the fence. Because the universe, as they say, will expose you. With that, I'm out.
Shout out to our brother Q, man. Let's talk too, man. Again, you'd like to support our brother as well. His cash app is there. $L Talk 5600. You want to support our brother right there, Q from Let's Talk Too. Make sure you go and subscribe to his platform as well. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. You got the last word, man. Let them know what they can expect coming down the pipeline from you, sir. You got the flow.
You can expect more content. Yeah, more content. Again, I'm not the one who like to talk. I like to listen. And I feel like I'm being thrust into this talking era. Because there was a time when I would talk, but I've just been chilling recently. But you'll see more content. And trust me, when I share my opinion or my thoughts, a lot of stuff I'm sharing because I've seen it. Okay. Me being a firearm instructor after giving almost 30 years to the police department was intentional. Say this again. Me being a firearms instructor after leaving the police department was intentional because there's a lot of big U's out there.
Come on.
Okay. With his crews who have been preying on our community. So a guy like me is an instrument for righteousness. I don't mind confronting the big U's and their crew. Because you got to have an instrument for righteousness to bring about some peace.
Right.
Okay. So you'll see more content.
Ladies and gentlemen. The Wolf, Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a good one, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit those likes, hit that subscribe, hit the shares. ladies and gentlemen. It appears that y'all was feeling it. Y'all came in here, piled in here to rock with us today, and I was happy to see a lot of cats. You know, it is our job, ladies and gentlemen, to bring objective positions. We try our best to be as accurate as we can in delivering this information. However, there's nothing wrong with us inputting some of our own to the conversation. You won't find an echo chamber over here. You're going to find cats that see it from different lights. And in this particular case today, we needed you to hear from cats who played the streets at one point and from one who protected the streets. Shout out to our brother Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. As we continue to bring you more content, Season 2, as I mentioned, is brought to you in collaboration by LWF Training. Okay, Juan J. Johnson. This on their necks. But we will keep making sure that we bring you what you need to know when it comes to Pat Talk. There is a rise of the masculine man, heterosexual masculine man, to be very clear. We're not going to be smothered by other agendas via propaganda. So if you want it real, you come here. You want the heterosexual position, pause, and opinion, perspective, you come here. Pat Talk. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. Make sure you also don't forget to go and subscribe to my other program, The Cook Up with Chef C, so we can cook live. Not only am I on that blackety black shit, but I can cook some things up. How you catching your mate, male or female. So we look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out.